The men and women who work for the National Weather Service are the public's first line of defense when it comes to severe weather preparation. PCN In Depth met with the warning coordination meteorologist to find out how their team saves lives and keeps us aware of the constant changes in the New England weather.
Well, let me take you through the timeline of what happens when a storm is approaching and what happens behind the scenes. And if it's a hurricane, obviously we're ramping up well in advance. When there's even a possibility that we could be in that cone of uncertainty, we start coordinating with state officials, emergency managers, and alert them to the possibility. As we get closer to the event, we'll be having conference calls shared with other National Weather Service offices so that we're all coordinating and giving the same message to all the different states. So it requires a lot of coordination. And so emergency managers need to know things well in advance in order to get crews from other states in pre-positioned, to know whether they need sandbags, all kinds of different things. And so we're very sensitive to the fact that they need this information well in advance. So then as we get real close to an event, winter storm or any kind of event, we're actually staffing ourselves up, so we have more people that take the public's phone calls and issue special statements and reports in real time and keep the web updated. In addition to getting the word out to emergency managers, we get the word out to the public in many different ways. The number one way is actually via TV meteorologists and news channels. They get the words behind the scene from us via our forecast discussions. We also send emails to all the TV meteorologists as well, so that they're aware of what it is that we're briefing the emergency management community on. They're the number one means of people hearing about warnings. We also have what's called the NOAA Weather Radio, which you can buy at your favorite electronics outlet. The NOAA Weather Radio is 24 hours a day broadcasting via an automated voice all of the observations and forecasts and warnings. And it has a warning alarm tone. That's the most important feature. That'll wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning if you choose to have that alert feature on. If there's a severe thunderstorm warning, it can really save lives, or tornado warning. Recently, in the last couple of years, you may have seen your cell phone go off with something called the wireless emergency alerts. The National Weather Service participates in that system with tornado and flash flood warnings at this time. And so if there's ever a tornado or a flash flood warning on your new smartphones, they'll just automatically go off. You don't have to program it or anything. So there are a lot of different ways that you can get the information. So I've been asked this question many times: is severe weather getting more prevalent? Is the weather getting worse? And I can understand that question because it seems that it is. If you go back to 2010, in October, we had what was called Snowtober. Remember, 30 inches of snow in the Berkshires in October. And that was immediately followed by Tropical Storm Irene, which caused devastating flooding in northwest Massachusetts. And then that was followed by Sandy, which fortunately just sideswiped southern New England and Rhode Island, but was obviously devastating to New Jersey and New York. And then, of course, we had the Revere tornado just recently in the Boston area. So is the weather getting worse? And my answer to that is that actually, yes, that was pretty bad. We hadn't had a tornado in the Boston area in over 50 years. But that means we were due. When it comes to hurricanes, the average return period for any type of hurricane is 19 years in southern New England. And it's been 23 years since the last one hit New England, which was Hurricane Bob in 1991. And the average return period for a major hurricane, that's a Category 3 on the Saffir-Simpson scale, is 59 years. And it's now been 60 years since we were hit by Hurricane Carol and Hurricane Edna, two major hurricanes in the same year. And so they can come in bunches.
When it comes to the weather, history can repeat itself in many ways. Reporting from the National Weather Service in Taunton, Mass., PCN In Depth.